There is a vast, unspoken chasm between a man who is interested and a man who is obsessed. Interest is polite. Interest waits for a text back. Interest respects a closed door. But obsession doesn't operate by the same rules. Obsession is a psychological current that runs deep, dark, and undeniable. And while a man can control his words, he can fake a smile, he can craft the perfect text message, there is one thing he cannot fake, one thing he cannot hide, no matter how hard he tries: his eyes. The eyes are not merely a window to the soul, they are a direct neurological feed from the limbic system, the primitive, emotional, instinctual brain. This part of the brain doesn't care about social etiquette. It doesn't care about playing it cool. When obsession takes hold, the eyes become traitors, broadcasting a signal so potent, so primal, that it can be felt even before it is seen. But here's the danger and the opportunity. Most people mistake obsession for intense interest. They mistake the red flags for romance. They confuse psychological fixation with genuine connection. And by the time they realize the difference, they're already entangled in something far more consuming than they ever intended. So today, we are going to do something different. We are going to pull back the curtain on eye contact psychology and explore the 10 distinct, undeniable signs that a man's interest has crossed the line into obsession. This is not about decoding a crush. This is about understanding the visual language of fixation, so you can recognize it, understand it, and, if necessary, protect yourself from it. Let's begin. Sign number 1, the unwavering, unblinking stare. We've talked about the prolonged gaze in love psychology, the lingering look that signals attraction, but obsession operates on an entirely different frequency. The obsessive stare is not a glance. It is not a look. It is a fixation. You'll notice this most often in group settings. You'll be in a room with several people, perhaps at a dinner party, a work event, or a casual gathering, and you'll feel a strange, almost physical pressure on your peripheral vision. You look up, and there he is. He's not just looking at you, he's watching you. And here's the critical distinction. He doesn't look away when you catch him. A man with healthy interest will feel a flicker of embarrassment when caught staring. He'll blush, look down, or quickly redirect his gaze to his phone. But a man in the grips of obsession, he holds the stare. He doesn't blink. He doesn't flinch. He meets your eyes and continues watching, as if he has every right to observe you, as if your awareness of his gaze doesn't matter. Psychologically, this is called gaze maintenance without reciprocity cues. In normal human interaction, eye contact is a dance. Look away, look back. It's a negotiation of mutual interest. But the obsessive stare eliminates the dance. It becomes a one-way surveillance. His brain has entered a state of hyperfixation, where the reward center is so activated by simply looking at you that social norms cease to exist. If you find yourself consistently feeling like you're being watched, and when you look up, he's already staring with no intention of looking away, that is not romantic intensity. That is the first sign of obsession. Sign number 2, the pupil dilation that never subsides. We discussed pupil dilation as a sign of attraction in love psychology, and it's true. When we see someone we desire, our pupils dilate. It's an involuntary response driven by the sympathetic nervous system. But here's what most people don't know. In a state of obsession, this dilation becomes chronic. In a normal attraction scenario, pupil dilation fluctuates. It expands when you walk into the room, contracts slightly when you look away, expands again when you speak. It follows the rhythm of interaction. But in obsessive fixation, his pupils will remain consistently dilated for extended periods, even in bright lighting conditions where they should naturally contract. This is because his brain is in a sustained state of high arousal. The dopamine and norepinephrine levels in his system are constantly elevated in your presence. His body is essentially in a permanent state of alert around you. He's not relaxed. He's not comfortable. He's activated. Watch for this when you're in well-lit environments, coffee shops, daytime settings, brightly lit rooms. If his pupils remain unnaturally large throughout your entire interaction, while everyone else's pupils are normal, his nervous system is telling you something his words never will. His brain has categorized you as its primary source of reward, and it is not calming down. Sign number 3, the hypervigilant tracking. This is one of the most unsettling signs of obsessive eye behavior, and it's often difficult to articulate because it's felt more than it's seen. It's called hypervigilant tracking. In a normal social setting, a person's gaze moves fluidly. They look at the person they're speaking to. They glance around the room. They check their phone. They look at the door. Their visual attention is distributed. But a man experiencing obsessive fixation doesn't have distributed attention. His visual attention is locked. If you're in a room together, his eyes will track your movement with an almost predatory precision. You get up to get a drink. His eyes follow. You move to another conversation. His gaze shifts with you. You walk to the restroom. He knows exactly where you've gone and when you'll return. It's not casual observation. It's continuous monitoring. What makes this particularly insidious is that he often believes he's being subtle. He might position himself in a corner or turn his body slightly away, but his eyes are always oriented toward your location. He knows who you're talking to, how long you've been talking, and what your body language is saying to others. Psychologically, this stems from a fear of loss. In the obsessive mind, you are not a separate person with your own autonomy. You are an object of fixation that could be taken or lost at any moment. His eyes are constantly scanning for threats, other men, other connections, any sign that you might be moving out of his sphere of influence. This is not care, this is surveillance. Sign number 4, the eye contact that escalates with your discomfort. Here is a sign that separates obsession from attraction in the most fundamental way. A man with healthy interest reads your cues. If you look away, he respects it. If you seem uncomfortable, he creates space. His eye contact is calibrated to your comfort level because he cares about your experience of the interaction. But a man in the grips of obsession, his eye contact escalates when you show discomfort. You'll notice this in real time. You're having a conversation and you start to feel uneasy. Perhaps he's standing too close, or his gaze feels too intense. You instinctively look away, breaking eye contact to signal that you need a moment of space. In a normal interaction, this would prompt the other person to soften their gaze, to look away themselves, to recalibrate, but he does the opposite. The moment you look away, his gaze intensifies. He stares harder. He leans in. He waits for you to look back, and when you do, his eyes are right there, waiting, more intense than before. This is a critical psychological indicator. In the obsessive mind, your discomfort is not a signal to back off. It's a signal that his presence is affecting you. And for someone who derives psychological reward from your attention, any reaction, even discomfort, is preferable to indifference. He is not looking for mutual connection. He is looking for impact. If you find yourself feeling increasingly trapped by his gaze, if looking away only seems to invite more intensity, you are witnessing obsession, not affection. Sign number 5, the mirroring of your eye movements. Mirroring is a natural human behavior. When we connect with someone, we subconsciously mimic their posture, their gestures, and yes, their eye movements. It's a sign of rapport and emotional attunement. But like everything else on this list, obsession takes a natural behavior and amplifies it into something unrecognizable. In obsessive eye behavior, the mirroring becomes exact, constant, and invasive. If you look to the left, he looks to the left. If you glance down, he glances down. If you close your eyes for a moment, he closes his. He is not simply connecting with you, he is synchronizing with you on a level that bypasses conscious control. The difference is in the timing. Healthy mirroring has a slight delay, a fraction of a second where the other person processes and unconsciously aligns. But obsessive mirroring is simultaneous. It's as if his visual system is locked onto yours, moving in perfect immediate unison. Psychologically, this reflects a blurring of boundaries. In the obsessive mind, the distinction between self and other becomes porous. He doesn't just want to be with you. He wants to be you, in a sense. To inhabit your experience, to control the dynamic through total attunement. This level of visual synchronization is not romantic. It is a red flag for enmeshment and control. Sign number 6, the scanning of your face for emotional validation. Here's a sign that often goes unnoticed because it looks, on the surface, like attentiveness. He's always looking at your face. That seems flattering, right? But pay closer attention to why he's looking. A man with healthy interest looks at your face because he enjoys seeing you. He enjoys your expressions, your smile, the way your eyes light up when you talk about something you love. His gaze is appreciative. It's in the moment. A man with obsessive fixation looks at your face to monitor your emotional state. His eyes are constantly scanning your micro-expressions, the tiny, involuntary facial movements that reveal what you're actually feeling. He's looking for signs of approval, rejection, interest, or disinterest. He's not appreciating you, he's assessing you. You'll notice this in how his eyes move across your face. Instead of resting comfortably on your eyes or your smile, his gaze darts to your eyebrows, to the corners of your mouth, to your forehead. He's reading you like a text, searching for any clue about how you feel about him in that exact moment. This is exhausting to be on the receiving end of. You'll feel like you're being evaluated rather than seen, and you're right. In the obsessive mind, your emotional state is data that determines his next move, his next word, his next strategy. He's not connecting with you, he's managing you. Sign number 7, the possessive glare at others. This is perhaps the most externally visible sign of obsession, and it's one that other people often notice before you do. It's the possessive glare, the way his eyes change when someone else interacts with you. In a normal scenario, when another person approaches you, male or female, a healthy man's gaze will be curious, perhaps slightly protective if it's a romantic partner, but ultimately relaxed. He understands that you exist in a social world and that interactions with others are normal. But in obsessive fixation, his eyes become hostile the moment someone else claims your attention. You'll see his pupils contract, his brows lower, his eyelids narrow, his gaze hardens. He's not looking at the person who is talking to you, he's watching them, often with an expression that others would describe as cold, angry, or threatening. And here's what's most revealing. His eyes don't soften when you look back at him. In fact, the hostility often remains, directed now at you, because in his mind, your attention to someone else is a betrayal. You'll see a flash of anger, quickly suppressed, but always present in the eyes. This is not jealousy. Jealousy is an emotion that can be acknowledged, communicated, and worked through. This is possessiveness, the belief that you belong to him and that your attention to others is a theft of his property. The eyes never lie about this. If his gaze turns cold and hard every time someone else makes you laugh, you are seeing obsession, not love. Sign number 8. The eyes that follow you when you're not looking. We've talked about direct gaze, but obsession operates most powerfully in the moments when you're not looking. This is the gaze that happens in your periphery, the eyes that track you when you believe you're unobserved. A man with healthy interest will look at you when you're interacting. He'll make eye contact during conversation. He'll glance your way occasionally, but his attention has natural breaks. He looks at his phone, he looks at the environment, he looks at other people. His world does not revolve entirely around you, but the obsessive man's eyes are on you whenever he believes you won't notice. You'll catch reflections of him in windows, mirrors, or the dark screens of phones. You'll turn around unexpectedly and find him already looking. You'll walk away from a conversation and feel his gaze on your back, heavy and unrelenting. What makes this particularly significant is the stealth aspect. He's not making eye contact because he knows that would be too obvious. Instead, he's watching you from angles, from a distance, from the corner of his eye. He's learned your patterns, when you're likely to look back, when you're absorbed in something else, when you're vulnerable to observation. Psychologically, this reflects the obsessive need for information. The more he watches you without your knowledge, the more he learns about your life, your habits, your relationships. This is not curiosity, this is data collection, and it's a precursor to deeper control. Sign number 9, the micro-expression of contempt when you set a boundary. This is a sign that most people miss because it happens in a fraction of a second. But in eye contact psychology, micro-expressions are the truest indicators of underlying emotion. And the micro-expression of contempt, a subtle, almost imperceptible tightening of one corner of the mouth combined with a slight narrowing of the eyes, is the telltale sign that his obsession has turned dark. Here's how it plays out. You set a boundary. Perhaps you tell him you need space. Perhaps you decline an invitation. Perhaps you say no to something he's asked for. And in the moment you say it, you see it. A flash in his eyes, there and gone in less than a second. It's not hurt. It's not disappointment. It's contempt. A healthy person, when faced with a boundary, may feel disappointed, confused, or even sad. Those emotions show in the eyes as softness, as vulnerability, as a momentary retreat. But contempt is different. Contempt is the emotion of superiority, of resentment, of how dare you. If you see this micro-expression even once, take it seriously. Contempt is one of the strongest predictors of unhealthy relational dynamics. It means that in his mind, your autonomy is an inconvenience. Your no is an obstacle. And his eyes just told you that before his mouth could craft a more palatable response. Sign number 10, the eyes that light up only for your pain. This is the darkest sign on this list, and it's one that requires the most courage to acknowledge, because sometimes obsession isn't just about wanting you. Sometimes obsession is about wanting to control you. And the eyes reveal this in the most chilling way. Pay attention to how his eyes react when you're struggling, when you're sad, when you're vulnerable, when you're going through a difficult time. A healthy person's eyes will show concern, softness, worry, a desire to comfort. Their pupils may dilate with empathy. Their gaze will be gentle. But a man whose obsession has curdled into something darker, his eyes will brighten. You'll see a spark, an aliveness, a subtle gleam that wasn't there when you were happy and confident. He seems more present, more engaged, more interested when you're low. This is because in the obsessive dynamic, your strength is a threat to his control. When you're confident, you're independent. When you're happy, you're less reliant on him. But when you're struggling, when you're sad, lonely, or vulnerable, you're more accessible. You're more likely to accept his attention, his help, his presence. His eyes light up at your pain because your pain brings you closer to him. This is not love. This is predation, and it is revealed not in his words, but in the involuntary dilation of his pupils, the subtle lift of his eyebrows, the way his gaze sharpens when your world gets smaller. The difference between love and obsession. So there they are. 10 signs, etched not in words, but in the most honest language the human body possesses. The unwavering stare that doesn't look away. The chronically dilated pupils of sustained arousal. The hypervigilant tracking that monitors your every move. The eye contact that escalates with your discomfort. The mirroring that erases boundaries. The scanning that monitors your emotions, the possessive glare that punishes others, the stealth watching that collects data, the micro-expression of contempt at your boundaries, and the eyes that brighten only when you're in pain. It's easy to romanticize intensity. In a culture that equates obsession with passion, we're taught to mistake fixation for devotion. We're told that if he's not watching you, he doesn't care. If he's not tracking you, he's not invested. If he's not obsessed, he doesn't love you. But love and obsession are not on the same spectrum. They are different forces entirely. Love softens the gaze. Obsession sharpens it. Love looks away to give you space. Obsession stares to claim it. Love's eyes show concern when you hurt. Obsession's eyes show satisfaction. Love respects a closed door. Obsession watches through the window. Your body knows the difference before your mind does. You've felt it, that subtle shift in your chest when his gaze lingers too long, that instinct to look away and find him still watching, that quiet unease that tells you something is off. Listen to that. Trust that. Because here's the truth. A man who loves you will not need to consume you with his eyes. He will see you, truly see you, and he will let you be seen on your own terms. His gaze will feel like warmth, not weight, like invitation, not demand. And if you find yourself in the orbit of a gaze that feels like surveillance rather than sight, know that you are not imagining it. Know that his eyes have told you what his mouth never will. And know that you have every right to walk away from a love that feels like a cage, no matter how golden the bars may appear. Thank you for listening. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, the eyes never lie. Your peace is worth protecting.